I realized that one of the audio settings wasn't working correctly for a minute. I don't think I still think it might be having an issue. Let me check. I'm pretty sure you can hear me, but the Spotify. Okay, there we go. There we go. And yeah, like I said, it's chill hop music. So if you enjoy any of the background tracks, you can go ahead and to the website. It's all free for streaming and that kind of thing. All right, so we finished the Swamp Martyr. I should probably put that on the overlay. Stream just started, so I still got time to fix all this. Now, which one is the one that says the topic? There we go. What are we gonna call this one? Because this one's going to essentially be a Bloodborne inspired tattoo, but I don't want it directly to be Bloodborne because I'm very picky and I don't like things that are specific references. I kind of just like general vibes. But it's it's kind of gonna be something that you can see it and you're gonna be like, oh, that looks like it's from Bloodborne. That's essentially what I want. I'm gonna call it starting. There we go. No need to reinvent the wheel. I'm pretty sure that I just realized that the stream is still referred to as Swamp Martyr Tattoo stream. So do you wait for me to change the stream once it started? Probably not. So we're just gonna leave it. Alright. All that's done with. So I guess let's just go ahead and get started. Eraser. Do I have my needed eraser hiding around somewhere? I don't think I'm gonna need it, man. Because I never make mistakes. Mistakes are for the inexperienced. I am big smart. Oh, there you are. I downloaded a few pictures of Bloodborne on my phone just to go ahead and have some references I can use. So you got some of the stuff from the comic. Got some promo art. This is like a screenshot from the trailer, which I think does gives you exactly what you need to know. Then you have a little bit more close up to the details. But I think we can go ahead and use kind of like the technique they use in the comic book that they did, The Veil Torn Asunder, which is fantastic art, by the way. Which is it doesn't really seem like they spent too much time making very specific architecture choices. It just seems like they kind of just make lots of pointy bits with bits sticking out of it. They kind of get a very simplified language pretty fast, where it's just sharp point and then little just tiny triangles coming off of it, almost like the thorns of a rose or something. All right. Then so I have these little blue lines that you might be able to see just starting out. So what I've got is I want these buildings to be kind of cockeyed and looking like they're falling apart, or just like off angle. There's a phrase for that in film where everything is the Dutch film angle, I think it's called, something like that. where everything is crooked, so it looks like something's wrong. So I'm going to be trying to go for that. Well, I mean, with I think what I'm saying is that the buildings are going to be crooked, not the actual perspective. Yeah. All right. So let's try. It's still a little too dark. This would be a good time to get my eraser. I didn't think I would need it, but immediately I need it. It was hiding behind my coffee cup. I just want to soften the blue lines just a bit. Enough that I could see the what I was working on. Okay, that's about like half of the stuff on there. I have guides on here on what I was planning for this building, but I think I'm already tweaking it because I'm noticing all how the pillars really are just as freeform. These triangular. If I knew building terms, this would be easier, kind of like flowers. But these large triangles don't really have any structure to build off of. It just goes straight up with no rhyme or reason, which is kind of baller. I was thinking of like all these things that could go behind it that like go with the structure, but it looks like I can really just make these pointy bits and not really have any rhyme or reason. And since these are all generally going to be, hopefully, maybe tattoos, I'm choosing which of the three that I like the most to decide which one gets to be a tattoo. They're all going to be these kind of like thinner ones. I think for the very first one, the vaporwave tattoo, I didn't really give enough consideration to how little width I have when it comes to arm. As bulky as my arms are, I don't think they could fit the entire vaporwave tattoo on there without some tweaking. I think my next planned investment to kind of improve the general quality of streams is to actually afford a mic. I'm also planning on getting this camera moved over. It's kind of hooked onto the desk, and I think that's what's causing all the camera shake because I do shift around a lot. Like my kind of one of the things that I do is I put a terrible amount of pressure on my pencil whenever I'm working. I am like brutalizing that pencil. It should call its lawyers is what kind of pressure. Hey dog. You probably shouldn't be in here when I'm streaming, but I can't close the door, so So it's kind of like really hard for me to avoid like putting any pressure or not causing anything to shake whenever I'm always resting my entire body weight on it. I'm gonna need to fix this. I noticed this was off angled, but I thought it would work, and it doesn't look like it's going to. So I'm gonna have to change things up. To even things out a bit. I have much more fun whenever it comes to things like these, where I can have much more control over exactly what goes where, because this isn't being worked on from a specific image. They're all just generally inspired by an image, so I can literally do whatever I want. Do things look awkward? Maybe, but that's my decision. Yeah, I can try to improve it as much as I want within my own taste, instead of having to worry about whether or not it's a hyper-realistic sketch or whatnot. These are probably all going to be cast in shadow, so I'm just blacking it out. Maybe it's gonna have a gradient, that'd be cool. I'm not sure how well I can pull off a gradient bit. This is one that I think I was planning on doing in black and white, and I might continue to do that. But we'll see where we go from there. Because I do think that black and white tattoos end up looking the best over time. Get a sense of how they connect to the ground, because whenever you see all these like super cool looking buildings, you kind of get distracted with everything that's going up top. You don't really do much thinking about what the back looks like or what the bottom of the building looks like. So it's like I kind of just imagine like a flat piece of ground instead of actually what it might be. I mean, even in this picture that I'm using, you could tell like the minute it hits the ground, they actually kind of like take the camera off of it. It's like literally just focused on like the top 80% of the building, and that 20% is what I need. But I don't think it particularly matters anyway, so I'm just gonna move past it. It's a nice one. It's kind of weird when I actually end up really enjoying songs that I'm listening to, because they're just supposed to be background music that you kind of ignore, but and then they actually kind of slap. It's not very important for me to get too much detail into this, but I'm going to go ahead and try a little bit of got like a scone sitting over here, and I keep staring at it. I want to eat it so bad, but I want to keep looking. God have mercy on my soul. But I must. Did any of this run up? Okay, I thought I was off camera for a minute there. Let's go ahead and just focus on this building. See a little bit closer what I'm working on. Get all the settings mixed up. Come on. That's the focus. There's the zoom. Yeah, that should work from there. Thinking there's steps. Check some of the other pictures. Can you see the bottoms of any of these buildings? I know in the game, in-game, you can see kind of what's going on with the buildings. Obviously, they have it there; they exist. But for whatever reason, I can't think of anything. Working on this building straight from a reference, and they immediately put it away. There we go. Come on, zoom in. I think especially for these buildings that are real close to the, I guess the camera, we could say. I think it should have like at least some of the complex detail work. Should because the dog keeps opening it. Wait. All right. Noticed that there's not really a lot of talk about Jesus in any of in Bloodborne, which is kind of interesting because it's kind of focused on a period where there was a lot of talk about that kind of thing, like religion and stuff. But I guess it's because they have like literal cosmic gods that they're actually referring to, so they can kind of like avoid any like actual talk of real world religions. It's just interesting. It's like it's something that feels like it's inspired by our world, but it has nothing. It has no actual interaction with our kind of religions or politics. It just takes inspiration from. Just give like the general outline of bricks without actually putting too much time into it. Should probably be a lot skinnier. Let's see if they have something on there. probably would have been a good time for me to eat that scone now that it's been so long or so quiet. But alas, it still stares at me back in my soul. I think that's good for one building. So I also wanted to take advantage of another aspect of Bloodborne, which is the fact that for some reason, pieces it feels like a city that's kind of like floating and falling apart, while also being connected to like other cities on top of other cities. It's really disorienting. But so that one part that I mentioned, the whole falling apart thing, is probably going to be part of this as well. Where you can see that chunk. Once you get past this one building, it's kind of just falling apart. Maybe even floating. If anybody's played Dark Souls 3, there's kind of this point at the game where everything's kind of just like a bunch of kingdoms from all these different timelines just mashed into this giant chaotic mess, and you can see all these pieces of different architecture just like mangled and pushed right into another form of architecture just without any consideration. And that's kind of something I want to go for with this, which is kind of just becomes a mess of architecture. Why does this song have the sound of a drink in it? Doesn't matter, we're on the next one. I wonder if any of you guys mind if I go ahead and finish this scone that's just looking back at me. 1 second. That was me eating a scone live on feed. I muted my mic for you guys. You didn't have to hear me with motion. Alright. I'm pretty sure this is vaguely inspired by the Notre Dame. Rest in peace, I hope it comes back. Assassin's Creed Unity is set in Paris, so you get like so I've spent a lot of hours in it, looking at like the old architecture of things like the Notre Dame and a bunch of other buildings. So I think that's what my brain is pulling from whenever I just randomly decided to include it. Sorry, I decided to zoom out for a minute. I just want to try to getting some more references. It's like Big Ben if he was drunk. But like a real drunk. Like the not even making coherent sentences kind of drunk. Ooh, saxophone. We're into it now. No, I think I gotta focus. Maybe I should try letting it autofocus for a while. Just see how the work goes. See if it really does freak out like I remember it doing. Dropping stuff. Oh, that's right. I got autofocus on. I'm just getting everything ready. I haven't been paying too much attention to what the camera's doing, so hopefully it hasn't been too chaotic with the autofocus still being on. Hey there. Right now I'm working on a tattoo that's pretty much inspired by the game Bloodborne. So it has a lot of spooky architecture. It has a lot of spooky architecture. I'm trying to remember the order of the pictures. and everything's kind of like Lovecraftian and just like decrepit, but it has like just awesome architecture. And I kind of want to do a tattoo based off of the the kind of vibe that you get from it, where buildings are kind of off angled, just terrible looking. I mean, terrible as in like almost like they're evil looking buildings. And it's like old, kind of like Victorian style. So I'm doing something based off of that. It just got like the general Lovecraft feel. So we're having just like this mess of buildings that are just like at odd angles and things like that. So I'm doing all the line work for that right now. I think it's all going to culminate whenever I get around to kind of the actual space Lovecraft bits of it. I guess we can go and start getting some. So me being just the way I am, I'm kind of picky about it. I don't want it to like very specifically reference the game that it's based off of. So to kind of like throw it off balance, I'm going to be including an alien that isn't from the game. Just yeah, that's one of the fun aspects of the game. It mixes a lot of like hold on one second, I lost the screen. Where am I? It mixes a lot of the Victorian, like old, you know, like folk tales with like werewolves and stuff like that, with alien, just like all of it's being expected, influenced by these cosmic gods and like Lovecraft gods essentially, and it's just a very specific vibe. Oh yeah, I did have the music loud. I think I was just vibing. But yeah, this giant alien god is gonna be what's throwing everything into chaos. Thank you. I'm not sure if it's a good thing to hear my voice better or not, but I guess we'll see. I've been talking quite a bit. I mean, overall through the stream, I think I was in the moment of being very quiet for a long time, but overall, I think I've been talking a lot. So hopefully, when I see the recording, my voice isn't just completely illegible, unhearable. I did also finally start inaudible. I did also finally start my YouTube channel to start like archiving some of these streams, as well as making some time lapses of each stream. I'm doing it of each stream, although I think I may need to wait until a couple streams are done and then do a time lapse of all of it. But I don't know. We'll just see how it is for the first one. I have only one video out for the time lapses, and then I have another one scheduled to come out next week. I think they're going to be coming out Mondays. I think I accidentally made these octopus have really cute eyes. Well, let's try doing kind of like eye sockets and then doing the That didn't work completely. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I got everything linked on my page. I just fixed my little about me section down there. So it now has my two YouTube channels. One for the full streams and then one for the highlights. I could do them on the same one, but I kind of want people to have like control of whether or not they subscribe to just the highlights, or if they want to actually participate or watch the backlogs of full streams. They're kind of like two separate things, and I think if I was like somebody who watched my own videos, I'd prefer it if there were two separate channels. That way I can just follow the highlights, or or also watch the full streams. Just having both there for whatever kind of viewer you are. Because if somebody just wanted to see like the super quick like 10-minute version of this stream, then I wouldn't blame them. Then I also kind of want this to have kind of like the look of like a I'm not exactly sure what to call it, but it's kind of like the space dust that you see in like a lot of documentaries and stuff. Whenever you see like these clouds of gas just like make these spheres in space. I don't know if any of what I'm saying is making sense, but I think whenever I get around to like getting all the texture and color, it might make a little bit more sense. Hold on. I can look it up. We have the internet. Yeah, I mean, like like clouds. That's actually extremely nice. Specifically, the one I think a lot of people think of whenever they think of these clouds. I might have to look it up to be specific. I think it's like I can't remember what it's called. The cancer system or something like that. Like the crab cancer. Yeah, like this one. I think I kind of want to like go for, yeah, the nebula. I think I want to kind of go for that where it's like this little thing peeking out of this like eye. Although it's kind of huge, so I might have to do some more work to make it a little bit more subtle and not as kind of obvious. It's like, yeah, there's pretty clearly here. Focus. Hello. Is it gonna focus? Hello, camera. How do you get it to autofocus? Oh, there it goes. Sort of. Anyways, but yeah, like it's pretty obvious, at least with the line art, that you can see like there's a squid. There's no getting past it. But I think whenever I get around to coloring it, I'll have it so it's only like a slightly darker patch, and then like just like some crazier color. I just remembered that this is supposed to be black and white, so maybe I can't do any color. Or I might just have to get really clever with the liner. But that's essentially what I'm going to be going for. Maybe the only thing that's like obvious in the sky is going to be his like shining eye, which I've already planned is going to be like this glowing thing. See, that's my issue whenever it comes to doing any of these tattoos in like black and white. Like I know they're better in black and white, but for some reason my brain is always thinking about like the different techniques I can do with colors instead of actually what I can do with just value alone. It's probably something I need to work on, but we're gonna ignore that. We're not here to criticize me. That's not what we're gonna do today. Whoa, what just happened with this eraser? Just made things dirtier. Okay, we'll erase more lines later. But yeah, that's what's going on. Well, I mean, just because these are all generally supposed to be tattoos, and tattoos I think look way better in black and white. Usually, I mean, they stand out better on skin and they don't die out as quickly. Curtis got a tattoo recently. His is in black and white. It's probably going to be there for a little while, although it's kind of tiny, so it might blur a bit as he gets older. But yeah, I wanted one out of the three of them to maybe be black and white, but I think even when I drew it, I was thinking like, this is maybe going to be like a purple and a black and a grayish black. It's like even like the slight hues I wanted to add to it. So it's like, we'll see. Maybe I'll break and do color. Maybe it'll stay. We'll just have to see what my mood is whenever I end up finishing it. Let's see, how long have we been going? Yeah, I still got like another half hour to work on this. I'm worried that I might actually finish the line art a little earlier than that. I agree. I do enjoy some monochromatic key color tattoos. I can't think of any monochromatic tattoos. Let me try looking that up just to get some examples. It's a word I think I understand, but for some reason my brain isn't working too well. This is just what comes up. So I don't mind. Yeah, that's actually really cool. That's nice. I really like this one. The purple one doesn't look that great, to be honest. Okay. Yeah, that's also something I could consider. Maybe just like I was thinking, if I did a color, maybe just like a palish purple to give it kind of like a sickly, supernatural glow to it. Or I think that would work with like maybe like a deep green, almost like an alien movie. where it's like everything is just slightly greener to give you the literal effect of green skins. I don't know. We'll come around to that later. I'll have weeks to work on this. Just like all the other ones. just noticed where this artist hit their signature. I was like, what's that little floating speck over there? It looked like they had a pirate's flag. You can see it. Like I was like, what's this floating little square over here? And I didn't realize that that's their like signature. Pretty sure that's their signature. Maybe it's a date because it looks like a 1/8. No idea. Yes. Just trying to get some texture on that random cosmic mess that's gonna be up there. Random nebula mess. Oh, I just had a coffee sitting here the whole time. That's not good. Oh yeah, that coffee's cold. Heck yeah. Maybe I should think about doing a color, because if this thing is, I mean, this comic cover is like awesome, and it is very saturated. It is very like blues, reds, everything. So maybe me thinking that it just needs to be gloomy and black and white, kind of cringe. Or maybe I'm just overthinking the thematics. We'll see. Maybe next week I'll come on here and I'll be even stronger against color. I'll say color should be banned in all 27 developed nations. I don't know. We'll just have to see. What is Tower going to do? So that's quite a bit of the line art that I actually managed to get done in this one sitting. So I think I'm gonna try to mix things up for the next minute or two. All right, what can we fill this in? Let's try Frankenstein. Just to mix things up and make sure my brain doesn't accidentally shut off and go into too much detail. I actually really like this goofy looking dome head I made for him. Oh, bye. Have a good day. I didn't even notice. Thanks for being here. I was a little bit too focused on my Frankenstein guy here. There we go. Alright. Oh, I forgot. No, how could I forget? These little metal neck plugs. Classic. Classic Frankenstein. This white paint's not gonna be enough to go over this. I need my white paint, but that's over in the corner and I don't feel like grabbing it. Copy. Alright. So, just a little Frankenstein. Just to get my mind off of architecture. I always like doing architecture, even though I'm not very good at it. It goes, I think I mentioned in my, what was it called? The vaporwave tattoo that I did. That I kind of have a hard time stopping myself to grab a ruler. I don't like it. My brain starts screaming and telling me to stop. It's kind of like using reference photos. That one's a little bit different though, because that one's I can at least do it. I really struggle at telling myself to stop and grab a ruler, but at least reference images I can at least tell myself, like, hey, you're not gonna get, a picture of Jennifer Aniston or whoever I'm going to use a reference of. I don't use Jennifer Aniston as a reference photo. That was just a name that was in the back of my head for whatever reason. But yeah, I'm not going to be able to draw Jennifer Aniston from memory. I'm actually working on a sketch at work because I like to do whiteboard drawings every month. And I'm doing one that's basically a picture of everybody together at a barbecue. But I'm coming to realize I don't actually have that good a memory of people that I work with every single day for the past couple of months. So it's like I'm pulling out like, hey, what color is this person's hair? And I'll be like, is it red? And they'll look at me like I'm an insane person. And I'm like, they're blonde. And I'm like, blonde, brown, black, all the hairs look the same to me. If it's not like jet black hair, then I can't tell that there's what color it is. not colorblind. I can tell the difference in my head. It's just whenever it comes to actually putting a name to it. Maybe I should just start saying like, oh, it's an auburn hair or it's a walnut hair, and people would just be really confused. But at least I be a little bit more specific about what color I'm trying to say. It also doesn't help that I'm limited to expo markers, so I can't really get that wide of a variety of shades in the first place. It's a little early, but I think I might have to call it for today, because I think I'm essentially kind of done with all the line work I wanted to get done. All the rest of this is going to either be filled out by whenever I get around to doing the coloring or whenever I start getting around line art. But I don't want to transition to doing line art just yet. I think I'm going to save that for next stream. So I might do some little touches here and there between the next stream. But for the most part, it should already go into line art. The inking process, which is just where I pull out my trusty microns. So there'll be like I said, I just started my YouTube channels, one for highlight streams and time lapses. Then the other stream is the archive for all these streams. So I can actually like save some of these. I have the archive has 2 videos up already, both the last 2 streams of my Swamp Martyr, which is just chilling somewhere over here. Well, let me see if I can find it. Oh no, where's my oh, there he is. I thought I lost him. Yeah, the Swamp Martyr. But so yeah, I have 2 of the streams from him, and I've made time lapses of them both. One of them's up. I think the second one will be up next Monday. Is probably when I'm going to be posting these videos. But yeah, go ahead and check the links out down below. There should be 2 banner images. One says YouTube, one says subscribe. They both go to different places, and you just click on those images to get to them. Then there's also my Instagram, which is always there. I've also got a DeviantArt. I almost forgot that I told myself I would be posting most of my art completely there. But yeah, my DeviantArt is also linked down below. I think that's all the links. It's good. It's gonna be hard remembering to mention all those things. But anyways, yeah. So I'll see you guys next Tuesday. We'll get around to inking this guy, and have a good night.